Hello and welcome to this health presentation, which covers a very topical subject. We hope this information will inspire you to take control of your long-term health and well-being. So what is the microbiome? Well, your gut microbiome is one of the most important organs in your body, and yet most people haven't even heard of it. However, it is an acquired organ. As babies are born sterile, intestinal colonization starts right after birth and evolves as we grow. Some of the functions of the microbiome include immunity, brain health and hormone production, digestion, metabolism and vitamin production, and influencing your genetics. The first role of the microbiome is to teach the immune system how to work. It teaches it what to recognize as an enemy and what to recognize as a friend. This is an important function so that you have a balanced immune system to look after you through your life. The gut is known as the second brain. There is actually more neural activity in the gut than the brain. Gut and brain share the same tissue. Even their structural features resemble each other. The vagus nerve serves as a communication railway between the gut and the brain, and the gut and brain are both independent and interdependent. What many people may not be aware of is just what a rich chemical factory the gut microbiome is. Serotonin, or your happy hormone, 90% of it is made in your gut. For calmness and relaxation, GABA is produced in your gut. For deep sleep, melatonin, the darkness hormone, is produced in your gut. And for fertility, the regulation of estrogen and progesterone. Oxytocin and its receptors are found in the gut. Healing the gut helps the healing of mental and emotional trauma. For motivation, dopamine motivates us to take action towards goals and dreams. It gives us a surge of reinforcing pleasure when our goals and dreams are achieved. And for cognition, learning and memory, glutamate, which is associated with learning information and memorizing, is produced by the gut bacteria. It is abundant in a healthy brain. Your gut bacteria help regulate estrogen levels, thereby enhancing fertility. The gut microbiome helps the breakdown of food into micronutrients for proper absorption. Beneficial bacteria work with fibrous foods to bind to things like heavy metals and estrogenic chemicals. The microbiome helps to maintain the integrity of the gut wall and is responsible for synthesizing some types of vitamins and nutrients. And finally, it assists in the metabolic processes. The Human Genome Project took place in 1990. The project revealed that genes were only responsible for about 10% of human diseases, and that environmental factors played a much bigger role. A British molecular biologist, Professor Kearns, said that genes change their expression depending on what is happening outside our cells and even outside our bodies. When a disease occurs, the solution, according to epigenetics, is simply to remind your affected cells how to function healthily again, so they can go back to being normal cells instead of diseased cells. So, if our environment dictates more than we ever knew before, and a huge part of our internal environment is the microbiome, then it follows that we have more control over dictating how that internal environment works by what we choose to eat and the lifestyle we choose to live. Dysbiosis occurs when there is abnormal microbial colonization of the intestine. Changes in quantity and quality of the flora can lead to disease. Today we are living in a world full of improvements, better standards of living and huge advancements in medicine and technology. And yet despite all this, we have a global health crisis in the Western world. Obesity, heart disease, autoimmune conditions, mental health issues and cancer are all on the rise. The world's annual drug bill stands at over $600 billion. So by any standard, modern humans can hardly be described as healthy. Hippocrates, father of medicine, said, "All diseases begin in the gut," and at the heart of the gut is the microbiome. Let's look at some of the issues that might be affecting the health of your microbiome and harming your gut. In a world where food is everywhere, nutrition simply is not. Many things we eat don't even resemble the food of our ancestors. Our diets have radically changed in the last 100 years. In addition, we're exposed to environmental toxins and thousands of man-made chemicals which didn't exist years ago. The arrival of modern technology has its benefits, but it has also created a world which doesn't switch off. This has created more overwhelm and stress in people's bodies, and more inclination to opt for the quick pick-me-up, stimulant-type foods. Antibiotics can be life-saving and have an understandable place in people's lives, but they do unfortunately drastically alter the delicate microbial flora of our intestines. The Greek word biotic means life. So, probiotics means for life. Now consider the meaning of antibiotics. Too many courses of antibiotics will affect our microbiome, so our body's systems are being bombarded from every angle. As mentioned earlier, dysbiosis occurs when changes in the quantity and quality of the intestinal flora become pathological and harmful. When the bad guys start outnumbering the good, beneficial bacteria, problems occur. Leaky gut is one of these problems. This is when the little tight junctures all along the intestinal wall begin to open and harmful toxins, endotoxins, protein molecules and other particles that shouldn't get through the gut will start to penetrate it. So a leaky gut leads to chaos in the body. Our immunity can become compromised, and signs of either autoimmune diseases or immunodeficiency issues can start presenting themselves. Many studies are showing now that if we can positively affect our gut, we can positively affect our cognitive function, our memory, and most importantly, our mood. Studies also show that the microbiome might play an important role in whether people can easily lose weight or not. Certain cultures which cause more inflammation in the gut and absorb more calories from food have been prevalent in those who have struggled to lose weight. You might remember that Hippocrates said all diseases begin in the gut. He also said, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food." Synergy Worldwide have come up with a solution for the microbiome, and that's called the Microbiome Purify program. Elite health is entirely possible, and a balanced and properly fed microbiome is the key to achieving it. There are 4 key steps to creating optimal gut health. The first is to add probiotics to regenerate healthy gut microbes. The second is to add prebiotics to help the healthy bacteria flourish. Thirdly, add high-quality antioxidants. And finally, remove refined, unhealthy foods from your diet. Probiotics are cultured or fermented foods that colonize our guts with good bacteria. Examples include natural yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, pickles, and some cheeses. Our guts need fibre, which feeds the probiotics and helps them to flourish. Examples include inulin, garlic, beans, onions, chicory root, asparagus, or any green leafy vegetables. These are all known as prebiotics. We reduce inflammation by adding lots of antioxidant-rich foods, fruit, vegetables, and whole foods which are high in vitamins and minerals. Unhealthy gut bacteria require refined foods such as sugar, junk food, rice, and pasta to flourish. Remove these foods and think about detoxing. Synergy's philosophy is one of elite health. They wish to encourage people to look after their own health as much as possible. They played their part by producing the highest quality, clinically tested products to recolonize the gut with healthy bacteria. Your part in supporting that is to remove all refined and processed foods from your diet. Here are a few examples of the types of foods and substances to avoid. Fizzy drinks, processed juices, sugary energy drinks and diet drinks, hidden sugars in condiments and sauces, processed junk foods such as pizza, burgers, hot dogs, processed cheeses, chips, saturated or deep-fried fatty foods, refined foods such as white bread, pasta, rice, crackers, etc., and the obvious culprits, cakes, chocolates, sweets, crisps, chewing gum, even the sugar-free varieties. Alcohol and tobacco will negatively affect your gut microbiome, so cut out smoking and drink alcohol in moderation only after completing the Purify program. Beware of stress. Negative thoughts, overwhelm, stress, frustration, they all release internal chemicals which can alter the gut microbiome also. If you're in a particularly chronic state, such as having a highly pressured job, find some time where you can relax or practice mindfulness, yoga, walks, meditation, etc. Healthy proteins are a key part of the process and should be included in your meals. Wherever possible, you should choose the organic or free-range option, especially when it comes to fish, meat and eggs. You can't really go wrong with choosing from the vegetable list. The only caution here is for potatoes and starchy vegetables such as sweet potatoes, carrots and sweet corn. Fermented foods are not necessarily everyday food items you would look out for in the supermarket. However, they are full of beneficial bacteria, so introducing these microbiome-friendly foods on a regular basis would be very advantageous for the gut microbiome. The Purify program was designed to target the microbiome and help restore its balance by eliminating harmful microbes and feeding helpful microbes. This program involves taking the Purify Kit products, sticking to the Purify meal plan, and exercising for 20 minutes every day where possible. The Purify Kit consists of 5 products: Biome DT, Biome Shake, Biome Actives, Body Prime, and Proarginine Plus. The Biome Shake provides huge amounts of nutrition as well as inulin to feed the good bacteria. It can be included to make the perfect breakfast when added with berries and nut butters such as almond, cashew, or hazelnut. Biome DT also contains inulin to feed the beneficial bacteria in the gut. Psyllium husks and zinc help to clean the gut and support liver function. DT is responsible for the elimination of heavy metals and also for the repair of the gut wall. The culture in the Biome Actives is Bacillus coagulans. These are colony forming. They survive the acidity of the stomach to germinate in the small intestine, encouraging the growth of many other beneficial cultures in the gut. They don't need to be refrigerated. Body Prime is made with magnesium, prune powder and apple pectin. Body Prime not only provides inulin to the friendly bacteria, but it also keeps the digestive system regular and moving. Proarginine Plus is Synergy's flagship product, and it helps to remove ammonia waste from the body. It benefits the cardiovascular system and opens up oxygenated blood flow around the body to all organs and tissues. In continuation, the Microbiome Core Kit can support the recolonization of the gut as well as simplifying food choices. This helps to keep the willpower strong for continued avoidance of microbiome unfriendly foods. Health should not only be about the absence of illness, but also the presence of vitality and psychological well-being. High IQ, a sharp mind, good mood, motivation, vibrancy and good physical energy. We should be able to embrace each day with a sense of excitement and vigour, not struggle to get to the end of each week with flat batteries, tired, stressed or even sick. Now that you know more about the function of the microbiome, you know that if you take care of it, it will take care of you long into the future.